Hello, good evening, everybody. This is Nikki Price, and I'd like to welcome you to this evening's webinar. Now, can I just get a show of hands first of all, and just make sure that everybody can actually hear me? Can you just give me a show of hands? Lovely. Okay, that's brilliant. Loud and clear. Jolly good. That's really good. Thank you very much. Right, well, as I said, welcome to this evening's webinar. We've had a slight technical hitch this evening in that I can't seem to make Ruth a panelist. We did it the wrong way round. It was me that logged in first, and never mind, I will be able to swap screens shortly. So what I'll do, Ruth, you're listening as well. What I'll do is I'll start through, and when we get to your section, I'll just hand it over to you. Okay, so tonight's webinar, we're focusing on blogging and blogging for leads and sales. So basically how to make your blog really work for you. So let's get straight in. Okay, so what we're going to cover this evening, we're going to cover why you really need to have a blog and what it is that you actually need to get started. And then we're going to explain to you, just to give you a few ideas of where to get content and ideas for blog posts, because that's a big problem. A lot of people say, oh, I don't know, I'd love a blog, but I don't know what to write about. And then I'm going to give you just a quick live demo on how to optimize your blog posts so that they can get found by the search engines, and then we're going to show you, Ruth's going to talk you through how to monetize your blog post and your blog so that you can get lots of leads and sales through your blog. So we've got a lot to cover, and we're then just going to give you a couple of resources as well, so some blog resources so that you can get started straight away. Okay, so we've got a lot to cover, so I will crack on quickly. Hopefully you can all hear me properly. I'm doing this for the first time without a microphone, so this is the new MacBook. Love it. Okay, so first of all, who are we? Well, that's me at the top there. That's me, Nikki Price. My background is 25 years of corporate IT. I'm a mum of two, and I've been in network marketing for about 6 years now, most of those offline, for about 4 years offline. And that's a bit old now, the 18 months. It's now more like 2 years online experience, able to generate hundreds of leads online. I had 9 sign-ups in the first 3 weeks of 2012, been on the leaderboards, been featured in network marketing magazines. And I'll have to talk about Ruth as well. Normally, I'd hand over to Ruth to just do her bit here, but Ruth's the same. She's a stay-at-home mum, but she's a background in project management. She's also been in network marketing for 4 years and online a little bit more than that now. I think we've been doing these webinars for some time now. Ruth's also been on the leaderboards for leads and sign-ups, and I know for 1 month she was able to generate 20,000 visits to her blog. And both of us are able to generate sort of 25 to 30 free leads a day, or paid marketing leads as well. So hopefully you get the idea that we both started off as a free marketing strategy to generate leads from our blogs, and we've both built our blogs ourselves. So hopefully that gives you some idea of we can be worth listening to. Oh, and there we are, just on it's just proof that that's both of us at the same time. I don't think that happens very often, but that's both of us at the same time on the leaderboards for one of our businesses. Okay, so first of all, why do you think you would need a blog? Particularly if perhaps you're in a network marketing business, and you have one of those company replicated sites, you might think, well, I've got somewhere to refer people to. And that's great. But, when you bear in mind that there's about, I think just in the States alone, I think there's about 60 million people involved in network marketing. What makes you different? What makes you stand out from the hundreds, thousands, and millions of people who are all doing what you're doing? So, it's if you've got a website, it really can be a central hub for all of your business. And what we would strongly recommend is that you brand you and not your business opportunity. Now, you may love your business opportunity and think that you'll be with it forever and ever, amen type thing. but what if the worst happened, or what if something suddenly changed? Funnily enough, one of the companies that I've been involved with, a whole host of people just suddenly left, and it was left with a bit of a shell, and you just never know. The industry is very, I wouldn't say it's a real dodgy industry, because a lot of the companies are quite safe, but really, only about I think it's quite a low percentage of companies that have actually lasted more than 10 years. So, there's been thousands of network marketing companies set up, but I think there's only about 50 that have lasted more than 10 years. So, if the compensation plan isn't perfect and working for both the company and the distributor, then, the worst could happen. And then you're left with a website that's just branded that company, and you have to start from scratch. Whereas if you have your own personally branded blog that's all about you and what you have to offer your prospects, then it's just a lot better personal branding for you. So it's your own piece of prime real estate, as the Americans call it. But really, it's yours to do what you want with it. You can put anything on there as long as it's self-hosted, and that's the key. You want to have a self-hosted blog, so that's WordPress.org rather than WordPress.com or any of the blogger.com type things, which are not self-hosted. You want to be having a hosting account with a company and hosting your domain, and I'll cover that in just a second. But provided you've got that, then it's yours pretty much to do with what you want with it. So it shows leadership. It's somewhere where you can, as I say, express yourself. You can put your opinions. You can put, just things that you strongly believe about. And you can also, there's so many different things you can do. You can, really encourage your team to get involved. You can show team successes without literally, branding the company all the time. You can just have a special page that's reserved for that kind of thing that you can refer your team members to, and have a training site. As both Ruth and I do, we have a personal training site for our team. So you can also earn commissions from your blog. Just one article alone on my blog earns me about $300 or $400 a month. That's just one article. And imagine if you had several articles that could do that. You can earn commissions from your blog. You can earn affiliate commissions from your blog. You can also generate leads. I've been able to generate up to, well, I think on one day, but it was only one day, I got 47 free leads in one day, and that was from an article that just kind of went viral. And it went out on the Better Networker. If anybody's familiar with that forum site, it went out in a newsletter, and then a monthly newsletter, and then got featured. So, my blog got hit big time that day. But on average, I've been able to generate anything from sort of 5 leads a day right up to 25, 27 free leads a day, depending on how active I am in terms of blog posting. And I know Ruth's exactly the same. So it's very, very possible. And it's also, I've put that on as a little bit of a joke at the bottom. It's somewhere to hide stuff on your blog, because a WordPress blog is very, very useful for actually generating HTML code for graphics. Now, if you've ever tried to do any advertising, or if you want to do any advertising where there's pictures or banners involved, then it's a great little place to, just put a PowerPoint graphic on there, and it will convert it to an HTML link for you, which you can use on some of these Craigslist type sites, that sort of thing. So it's a great little place to hide some stuff. Okay, so what do you need to actually get started with a blog? Well, firstly, as I said, you need it to be self-hosted. So you want a hosting account and you want a domain name. Now, my blog I set up ages ago, and I didn't go with my own name, and I have got my own domain name. So I kind of wished I had. But what my site does say, it's generic. It is an MLM training site. Now, if I was to do it again, I would probably brand it under my own name. I know Ruth has her own domain name. Hers is ruthalade.com, whereas mine is diamondmlmtraining.com. So I would recommend choosing your own name, or some sort of version, with your name in it. If you've got a name like Joe Smith, sadly it might be taken. So you need to be a little bit more creative, maybe Joe Smith Marketing, or, work with Joe Smith, that kind of thing. So you need a domain name, and you need a hosting account. If you're looking around some of the hosting accounts, I haven't put any affiliate links on here, but HostGator is absolutely superb for hosting, particularly if you ever have any problems with your blog. Their customer service is absolutely brilliant, so definitely recommend them. And then you'll need a theme because WordPress is free, and you can install WordPress on your hosting account, but really it's very, very basic, and you really want to have some sort of theme. And you can get some of those free or paid. You just need to Google search, or we can certainly, if you speak to Ruth and I offline, we can certainly recommend, if you look at ruthalade.com, hers is a free theme, and I think it's a really, really good free theme. Now, I paid for mine, but I am just about to update it again because I'm actually not too happy with it. So, I'm going to have a fresh new look to my blog very soon. Also recommend you get an autoresponder account because, in order to make your blog generate leads, you've got to have somewhere to capture those leads. So I'll show you very shortly exactly how you capture the leads. But once you've captured the leads, they go through to an autoresponder where you can then basically send people emails, and that's what we call building your list. Now, I had the privilege of spending an hour sitting down chatting to Diane Hockman the other day. If you don't know who she is, just look on Facebook for her, and you'll see very, very powerful lady in online marketing and network marketing, a real true leader. And she said to me, sort of the one takeaway that I got from spending that time with her was, forget what business opportunity you're attached to. You just need to be building the relationships, whether that's online or offline. You need to be building the relationships through whatever media you can, through your blog, through social media, through videos, and building a list. And she said that is the most powerful thing, because once you've got people on your list, in your autoresponder list, you can give them value, you can email them things. She said just before she arrived at the summit that she'd sent an email out about a product that she liked, and she had 35 sales within an hour of that product. And that is the power of becoming a leader, becoming trustworthy, and only recommending products or services that are genuinely useful, and that you can just kind of flick a switch and generate some income. So it's very, very powerful. So an autoresponder is definitely useful to capture your leads. And then you would just want a nice banner, because the WordPress themes, they only come with very generic looking banners. So you'll want to have a picture maybe of yourself and just a nice clear background. Very, very good resources. Fiverr.com. I think Ruth got hers done on Fiverr.com actually. I had a friend of mine who did some graphics, so she did mine. But Fiverr.com is a fantastic resource. If you've not heard of it, very, very good for all sorts of jobs where people just do work for you for $5, which is about £3 if you're in the UK. So fabulous little find that site is. Okay, so once you've got your blog, what do you write about? Well, whatever niche you're in, then you need to think about who your target market is. And if you're in network marketing, it may surprise you to find that actually your target market is other network marketers. And when I was first told that, I didn't feel entirely comfortable with that, because I thought, the first company that I was with was a very, very ethical company, and it was absolutely taboo to even approach other companies. And I'm certainly not recommending you do that even now. But when you understand that within the network marketing industry, 97% of people are really not making any sort of income, then you recognize that probably it's because, well, either they don't have the right work ethic, which is certainly a lot of it, but there's a lot of people that just are not getting the leadership that they really want, and they may not have a huge loyalty to that company. So whilst we're not suggesting that you go and target people at another network marketing companies, certainly your target market is those people. And the reason for that is because they're already sold on the idea of having their own business. And entrepreneurs, business owners, they're not people that have the employee mentality that you have to really shake out of that employee 9 to 5, paid money for the hours that you give type thing. They're already slightly entrepreneurial. They're already thinking outside the box, and it's what we call sort of the low hanging fruit, if you like. So your target market, once you know who your target market is, you need to find out where they're hanging out and what their biggest problems are. And of course, if you're a network marketer, then the biggest problems, and bearing in mind that 97% of people are not making any money from their business, then their biggest problem is enough people to talk about. That's enough leads to talk about. Enough leads to talk to about your business, and enough cash flow in their business. So those are the two biggest problems. So if you can help them with lead generation, and if you want ideas on that, then you need to be with a marketing system, something that you can give away for value, like My Lead System Pro, or you can go across to the Better Networker Forum. If you visit that site, the Better Networker Forum, you'll see so many network marketers hang out over there and are answering questions for new people. There's some really, really good articles on there. So, definitely hop over there and take a look at what's going on that site, because it's a very, very powerful, authoritative site in the industry. And you can also see what the hot topics are. So when you sort of see what the hot topics are and what people are really commenting on or asking questions on, then go and do some research and see if you can solve the problem that everybody's asking for, and then go and write an article about it. And that's very, very powerful. If you can solve somebody's problem, a big problem in the industry, and write about it, and then get your article found by posting it in places where your target market hangs out, then that's the gold mine. That's what you're looking for. Or you could write a review of a product or service. If you've found something, if you've ever read magnetic sponsoring, for example, or if you've ever, oh, I don't know, there's tons of things that you might use as a marketer. You might even comment on your WordPress theme. If they've got an affiliate program and it's something that you use, get signed up as an affiliate, and then then write an article about it, and put a link in it to your rather than just putting banners and flashing things, and nobody clicks on those things really. What you want to do is to write an article about why, about the benefits that you've had by using that product or service, and that's the way to make sales. So always write an article about it and put your affiliate link in the bottom somewhere. Okay, if you're with your business opportunity, write a review of your business opportunity and why people should join you. What are you going to offer as part of your team? What can you, if you take the time to learn something, as I say, if you're a member of My Lead System Pro, you get stacks of free training to give away, and it's a whole library, a marketing library anyway. So all you have to do is learn a few hints and tips from the training library, write about them, and then put a link to a free webinar that you can give away. It's very, very powerful. So write a review of your business opportunity, tell people what they're going to learn from you, whether they're going to learn a bit of Facebook marketing, whether they're going to learn how to use Twitter, whether they're going to learn how to do video marketing, that kind of thing. Just learn a marketing skill, and then tell people that that's what you're going to be able to show them how to do. To just say to somebody, here's how to generate 5 leads a day, then you're going to have somebody who's interested in finding out why or how. Okay. Bullet points, but use specifics. Write articles about seven ways to generate leads. 7 ways to promote a blog post. 7 ways to, or the 7 biggest problems in network marketing, and then write about what you've learned over the years. Share your experience. Visit other blogs in your niche. Just go in and search on Google for MLM blogs or network marketing blogs, and you'll see a ton of blogs coming up. And there'll be probably good quality blogs that are coming up in the search engine. So go and visit some of them. Do what I do. You'll find out who your real, who you'll really want to start following. There's certain people that I will always follow what they write about, because their content is like gold dust. I'll give you an example. Ray Higdon. If you ever go and check out rayhigdon.com, I mean, his blog is superb. It really is. And just get an idea of the sort of things that he's writing about there, and that it's just super. And you'll see exactly how to lay out a blog post if you visit those. Visit my blog, visit Ruth's blog. You know, we've been blogging for a while. We know what works, we know what generates leads, and you'll kind of see the format. And you'll see what people are writing about, and it's to pique curiosity. You know, you want to pique their curiosity in your articles, and get them to click around and find out a bit more for you, more about you rather. Okay, right. So this is where it could all go horribly wrong, because I'm now going to do I'm now going to do a live demo on how to post a blog post. And I had intended to write a brand new one today so that it was all ready to post and kind of kill two birds with one stone. But sadly, this is the third webinar that I've done today, and it's been a little bit crazy today. So let's go over to. In fact, let me just stop right there. Is there anybody? Can everybody still hear me all right? Are there any issues with anything? Oh, good. I've got some hands up there. Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, that's great. Lovely. Lovely to see you all. Thank you. But I just did another webinar, and a lady just said, "Can I hop onto this one?" And I see she's here, so thank you very. In fact, there's a couple of them here. Thank you very much, girls, for hopping over. That's great. Okay, so let's go over and did I get my? Yeah. Okay. Right. So this is the back office of my blog. I'll show you the front first. So this is my own personal blog, which is diamondmlmtraining.com. So that's my head. I'm going to show you Ruth's as well. RuthAnade.com. You'll see what I mean about a banner. So yeah, I'll show you both. So Ruth's, this is an entirely free theme, you know. So this is perfectly good. It's nicely laid out. I mean, that's just the way Ruth's done it. Obviously, it's beautifully laid out. You know, and it generates leads. So she's got an opt-in form here. How to find her, how to connect, some tools that she uses, how to connect with her, and her articles on the left-hand side. And just a point of note, actually, from I think I've heard 2 or 3 sort of blogging experts, this setup where you've got the writing on the left-hand side and the opt-in box on the right-hand side, this is supposed to be the most highly converting way of laying out a blog. You see some people that have got stuff on the left-hand side, maybe because they're left-handed or something, I don't know. But it's not supposed to convert as well as this sort of layout. So that's just a little side point to note. So I'll go over to my blog, and you'll see I've got a similar setup. Mine isn't a form, mine's a click. That goes through to a video, which then asks for the opt-in. So they sort of find out a bit more about me first, and then I go for the opt-in. So I'm just testing that out. That works quite well at the moment. It's converting quite well, and I've got the same thing on, the same setup here. So I'm just going to go into the back office. So to go into the back office of your blog, it's normally just WP admin. And then obviously you'd have to log in to your own back office. Oh dear, it's going to take ages because we're online. Come on, I've just transferred over to a Mac to increase the speed. Now, I'm hoping that the sound doesn't distort because sometimes when you whiz around and talk, the sound distorts. So I'll have to keep an eye on this. If you have to let me know if I'm going to put all the hands down, but if you have any problems with the sound, then perhaps you'd let me know. Okay. I actually recently had my blog hacked, and I used to have all my reports and everything on here, but my blog is now okay again, thankfully. But I haven't sort of put everything else back on again. But you can tailor your own dashboard, so that you can have whatever you want on here. So I'm going to go into post. Now, don't worry about everything I've got on here. I've got a load of what we call plugins on here, but don't worry too much about that. That's a whole separate webinar on its own to go through plugins and what everything does. Because essentially, once you've loaded your WordPress theme, you can then just add plugins that all sort of help you. So I'll show you a couple in just a second, but there's lots of different things that you can add for different things, for search engine optimization, that kind of thing. So all you do is you go to posts and then you go to add new. And what I'm going to do is just show you, it's not going to take long, just very quickly on how I would post a blog post so that it gets maximum chance of being found by the search engines. Okay, so once you've chosen your topic, you need to do some keyword research, and that again is another topic, and I've got a video on that if anybody's interested, and certainly if you're in Ruth or my team, then you will already have that as part of our training site, exactly how you do keyword research for an article, because obviously you want the search engines to find you, but you also want to be writing about something that's important. Remember I was saying about if you can write about problems and solve them, then that's going to be your keyword. What are those people searching for? You want to go into Google and find out what those people are searching for, and it's very easy with just a simple Google AdWords tool. Okay, so as I said, I didn't get around to writing a new post, so I'm literally going to post a post that I've already put on there, and I'm going to delete it again afterwards. And I can't even remember what I called it, so let's have to. I think I wrote it down. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, so I called it MLM Marketing System, and then I said why. I said no to MLM. Now, in this particular post, and I wouldn't actually normally do it this way, but so it's probably a bad example, but normally I would put my keyword first. Now that could have been my keyword, and it is a keyword, but it's not the keyword that I wanted to optimize this article for. So Google actually ranks pages rather than a whole blog. So you need to be aware of that. So when you're writing a blog post, you're trying to rank that page and that blog post for a keyword that you're using. So that is a good keyword, and it's all very well, it's good to put some related keywords to your main keyword, and normally you should put that first in the header tag. But in this occasion, actually, it's that is my keyword. Now, I've got a little plugin here called, a plugin here called SEO Presser. If you're in the Empower Network, you get something very similar for free. This one actually costs about $50, I think. But you'll see it's a very, very useful little tool for when you first get started. Now, the first thing you want to do is in your blog post, I would recommend anyway, and certainly SEO Presser will recommend you do it, and that is to put a picture. So you could just go across to Google Images and get anything. Now I'm just going to grab something that I've got on my laptop, anything, and I haven't got much because I've only just moved over to a Mac. So who knows what I'm going to find on here? God help me. And I go to my pictures, blog images. Okay, well look, there's a My Lead System Pro type one. Now I'm going to put a funny one on. Let's put that one on and just click upload. So that's how you do it. You can do it from a URL. If you've got an existing URL, if it's posted somewhere else. Now, the key thing here, so that was actually for a totally different blog, but obviously the key thing here is you want to put in your keyword, and you put it in here where it says alt text or alternate text. Okay, so your keyword must go in there. So what was it? MLM lead System Pro. So that was my keyword. I'm not going to put anything under the caption because that actually appears underneath the picture. You can put something in the description. For the search engines, it's always quite good. So I maybe put MLM MLSP picture or something like that. But it doesn't really matter what you put in there. You don't necessarily need the keyword in there, otherwise that's called keyword stuffing. Now, this link URL, this is automatically just going to default from where you've uploaded to, but you're really missing a trick if you don't put a link to what we call a money page. If you've got an offer page that is related to this, so obviously I'm talking about My Lead System Pro here. So what I would do in here is put the link to My Lead System Pro. So I'm just putting my affiliate link into there. So make sure that goes to somewhere because people like to click pictures. So make sure you've got a nice picture in there and that it goes to a money page. And that's all you need to do. Just click insert into post. It usually does a nice little thumbnail there. And you'll see I've got a nice picture there now. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this text. It's very long, this blog post. Okay, average blog post length. about 700 words now. It used to be 500 to 700, but apparently Google likes a bit more quality content now. So mine are always over that because once I start talking, I can't stop. You might have noticed. Where am I going? Here we go. And then I'm just going to literally paste that in there. So that's the blog post in there. That's something that I wrote earlier, and it's a little bit of kind of reverse, why I said no to MLM Lead System Pro, but actually then I joined. So that's what the article is, why I didn't join, and then why I did join, and what happened when I did join. Okay, so hopefully it's a useful article for people that were researching. They might want to know why I didn't join. If people are searching for MLM Lead System Pro and looking for a review on it, this is a really honest review because it's why I didn't join and then why I did. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is put in what we call H2 tags, H1, H2. Now, don't be confused or don't worry about H1, H2, H3. It's just called header tags, and it's just so that Google can see that your keyword is in your tags, and you don't need to know anything more about it other than this one here is your H1 tag. You can put an H2 tag anywhere in here, so always put your keyword in, which there it is, look, always put your keyword in the first sentence of your blog post and also in the last sentence of your blog post. If you do nothing else, do that, because that tells Google immediately what your blog post is about. Okay, so what I would do here is highlight that whole sentence, just go over here to paragraph, and you'll see heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, etc., etc., etc. So that's all it is. Just click there. H2, that is your H2 tag installed. And that's all you need to know. You don't need to worry about anything else. So then go down to the bottom, make sure it's in my last sentence. Goodness, it's a long post. There we go. MLM Lead System Pro. It's in my last sentence. So I'm going to make that a heading 3 tag. Sorry if you can hear some funny noises in the background. That's my puppy who's dreaming and snoring and making some funny noises. I think he's chasing something in his sleep. So sorry about that if you can hear some background strange noise. So that's my H3 tag. So that's me done H1, H2, H3. Now, what I'm going to do is just show you why this little tool is so useful. I'm going to categorize it. So it would be, it's not an MLM tool. Don't know where I'm going to put that actually. I'm going to put that under MLM training, or MLM training. Now, what you would do is probably save it as a draft first when you first start doing this. And what you'll notice, and I was having a chat with one of my team members. Oh, actually, look, that's gone straight to 91%. I should have done it less good than that. So I should have, not done it as well as that first time to show you. But you know what? In fact, let's take this off. If I hadn't have done that and just put that in as a paragraph, and then save that as a draft again, I'm not sure it'll do anything with that. Yeah, it does. Look, see, it's telling me straight away that I don't have an H2 tag in, and it's downgraded me. So you could start off with something like 25% and then go up and up and up as it tells you exactly what to do. Another good tactic is to link one blog post to another that is related. Am I going too fast for everybody? Because we've got a lot to cover. So can we just have a show of hands if I'm making sense? And if you've got any questions, can you just type them into the question box? And I will try and answer them maybe at the end. This is great. Okay, good. Yes, please, lovely. Okay, good. Well, just type any questions if you have any questions in the box. Good. I'm glad you're finding it useful. So I'll carry on. So I'll put this back to header 2 tag. So it's just very simple there. And what you can do is just make sure that you're, I think the Rob 4 is a very top search engine optimization marketer, and he produced a product called Posting on Purpose, and that's always stuck with me. When you're posting, make sure you're posting for a purpose. So in the bottom and the last bit, you want a clear call to action. Here's my call to action. Click the picture below and take the tour of My Lead System Pro. And what I would do is add a picture there. And if you don't know, I've just explained this on a previous webinar. Up here, I've got a little program called Jing. If you don't know what Jing is, just Google it. But it is a fantastic little piece of screen capture software that sits, once you've installed it, it's free. And you can do 5-minute video recordings on here as well of your screen. If you want to just do a quick tutorial for one of your team, it's really great. And you just click this, you get this banner thing. And say I had a picture here that I wanted to take a picture of, you just surround the picture with it like that. And then you just capture. And then you save it as a picture to your drive and you can upload it. And I say you can do some fabulous stuff with that. I've made adverts and all sorts with, PowerPoint and then typed all over them and then just taken a Jing picture. It's absolutely brilliant. So just another little useful tip for you. So I would add a picture at the bottom there, and that is my clear call to action. So make sure, imagine that every time you're posting, the people that are going to come and see that post, imagine it's the first time that they've ever been to your blog. So they need to be told what to do. And if you don't have anything, if just for once you're just posting something because you really want to get a tutorial out or something like that, then make your call to action. Please click the like and share buttons. Make sure you've got social sharing buttons on your as a plugin, and make sure ask people for the share. So I'm going to just click publish because I'm going to delete this. Something I didn't do, and it's too late now. Damn it. What I wanted to show you was once you've saved it as a draft, what you can do is, this is the URL. See under here it says permalink. This is the URL. You don't want this whole title, because what's that done is that's added that whole title in there, MLM marketing system, why I said no to MLM. All you want in there is your keyword. That's all you want, is just MLM Lead System Pro. So when you're in the edit mode, once you published it, it's too late really, unless you delete it and start again. But never ever delete a post once you've started syndicating it out, because if people click your link and the link is no longer there, Google's going to get cross and Google's going to start downgrading your blog, okay, which is the last thing you want. So never ever delete a post once you've syndicated it out anywhere. But if you've just done it and you thought, no, don't want to do that, you can delete your post and just do it again. But all I would do there is just get rid of that. It doesn't matter so much. It just makes it a lot cleaner if you can just have the keyword in that extension. So hopefully that makes sense. Excerpt, you can put just a little teaser if you like in there for the search engines. And I've got a plugin on here as well called All-in-One SEO Pack, which again, you would just put a little teaser. So this is a thing that would show up in Google. So you want to make this inviting. You want to make this compelling. Why do people need to click the link? So, you could put your header there, you keep your header there, but you just say, why I said no to MLSP. Well, that's going to attract somebody who is actually looking for a review of MLSP. Whereas most people would go for stuff like MLSP scams, stuff like that. I always go for why I said no and then change my mind, because people know then that they're going to get an honest opinion. So just a little tip if you're writing reviews, and then you just put your keywords in there. Okay, I'm sure there was one other thing that I thought I'd missed there. Well, I'm sure there's plenty, but hopefully that's given you the basics of posting your blog post. So did I publish that? I'm not sure if I did. Let's publish it. And if, as I say, if you do make a mistake, all you've got to do is just go into your. I'm just going to check it in a minute. So you just go into your all posts, which I'm going to do straight after this, and literally just click that box and trash it. Okay, and it's gone. Well, I didn't tag it. You can put tags on there just at the bottom as well, but I'll just show you. So if you want to view the post, you just click view, and there it is. Look, all done. Okay, the spacing's a bit off in there because I just did it straight from Word, but I know what I was going to show you. I was going to show you the more. I'm just going to quickly show you the more tag, which is quite a useful one. So let's just edit it because you don't really want to have the whole post on there. You want to keep people on your blog page for as long as possible. And you'll see I've got a plugin underneath mine that does keep people there. I have a very low bounce rate. A bounce rate is when people come onto your blog and take one quick look and press the back key before, I think it's something like before 5 seconds. And that increases your bounce rate, which Google doesn't like. If you've got a very high bounce rate, it's telling Google's customers that people aren't finding your content useful. So you want to keep people on your blog for as long as possible. So you would just want a teaser. So right about here, when I've got that, why would I need it? So that's where I'm leaving it. So I would just put a couple of spaces there. And you've got this, see this tag here with the two little oblong boxes. If you just click that, what that does is that sections it out to more. And if I just update that, you'll see what's happened on the main page. I'm losing my voice today. I've done so many webinars. Okay, so let's view the post now. Oh, that's interesting. That didn't work. No, why didn't that work? Did that actually refresh? Let's have a look. No. Okay, well, for some reason, that didn't work, but it does normally, I can assure you. I do it every day. There's the more tag. What's wrong with that? How strange. Anyway, what what should happen is that it will just stop there and it will just say more. Now that's really weird. I think all that's happened is it's cached and it hasn't updated properly. And that's very strange. Well, that's the first time that's happened, but of course that would happen when it's live, wouldn't it? So there you go. But what would have happened is there it will just close off the blog, and what you'll see under my other post, you see that. So you'd normally have a nice little neat blog post, and then underneath you've got these links to related articles. So that's designed specifically to keep people on your blog, so that they're then going to look at at something else that's on your blog. Anyway, so looking at the time now, I need to move on. So has everybody found that useful? Hope that's I hope people are finding that useful. Oh yes, good, great, excellent, good. Yes, jolly good. Okay, right. What I'm going to do, I can't remember what's next on the PowerPoint. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. There we go. Did it live. Right. So I'm going to attempt to hand over to Ruth now, because I say we messed this up earlier, and I'm not quite now. Ruth, you might have to Skype me and tell me how I do this, because I can't remember. I think I've got to. No, I don't want to mute you. I'm going to change presenter. I want to go to Ruth. Okay. Ruth, can you hear me? Are you there?
Hello, yes, I am, Nikki.
Are you there?
I am, Nikki. Can you hear me?
Ah, yes, I can. I need to turn my microphone up.
Great.
That's it. Perfect. Perfect. Can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, that's been really, really good, Nikki. Thanks so much for all those tips. And I hope everyone here is getting some really good value out of this training. So yeah. So basically, I'm just going to go through how to monetize your blog and how to also get more leads. And actually, Nikki has touched on some of the points that I was going to talk about, but there's still a bit more um, important stuff to cover. So can you all see my screen?
Ah, now then.
I hope it's
Do you know what?
because I can't. Oh, okay. I've just seen the button to show my screen. So can you see it now, Nikki?
Yes. Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay, great, great, great. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Nikki briefly touched about your capture page and your opt-in form. So if you have a blog, it's very, very crucial to have your an opt-in form, because that's the only way you're going to be able to capture people's info information. And if you're not being able to do that, then it's like you're just you're just throwing a ton of money away. And the reason is because most people that come to your blog, they're probably not going to buy anything or sign up to anything straight away. So you want to be able to capture their information so that you can market to them. You, you can communicate with them through emails and build that relationship. And I think I've seen some stats somewhere that people need to be able to see something about 7 times before they make any the decision to buy. So that's the number one reason why it's very very important to have your opt-in form or your capture page. Then, and another thing that I found really, really useful is a pop-up form. And I know that most people do not like it. Like a lot of people that I've spoken to say that they don't like it, right? But the truth is that it actually works. I didn't used to have a pop-up form, but when I put one on, I noticed that I was actually able to double the amount of leads I was getting literally overnight. So it actually works, and I would recommend that you do have one, even though some people might say that they don't like it, but it does work, and I've learned to always go by what works, not necessarily what you like or what you don't like. It's what works that matters. So, um, the pop-up form that I use, and I think Nikki also uses it, is a WP Super pop-up. Now, there are a ton of other different, pop-up forms that you can get, but the reason why I like the WP Super pop-up um, form is because you can actually create your pop-up form to match your post. So let's say you had written a blog post about Facebook and you had an offer or a capture page that has to do with Facebook. You can actually use the WP Super pop-up to um, to pop up your Facebook offer on that post. So rather than having the same generic post that pops up for every single post, whether it has to do with Facebook or blogging, or you go to some blogs and it's the same pop-up form, and sometimes it could be totally on related, but with a WP Super pop-up, you can relate it to your post and make it really really relevant. So that's one of the reasons why I like it, and I haven't really seen any other pop-up form that gives you that option to be able to tailor your pop-up to your blog post. So you might want to look into that. If you Google it, it's you'll be able to get some more information about it. And they have the free version as well as the paid version, and the paid version gives you that extra option to be able to uh, you know tailor your pop-ups to specific blog posts. But you could start off with the free one if that's what you want. Okay, so another thing that's really, really important when it comes to monetizing your blog and generating leads is having multiple calls to action on your blog post and throughout your blog. So I'm just going to go to my blog and just show you exactly what I mean. Um, I try to open it here, so okay, there we go. So this is one of my blog posts, and what I mean by multiple call to action is just having different points within your blog post that can take people to your money page or to your or to your capture page where they can put in their information and become leads. So for example, in this blog post, the first thing that I've got here is this bit here at the top, and It's basically a free training that I am offering to people that come to my blog, and when they click on it, so it says you're invited to join our mastermind training webinars with and seven figure earners every Wednesday night, and click here now and get your a spot. So when they click there, it goes to one of my capture pages, and I've actually been able to like get a lot of leads just using this. Now, how I did this, I used a plugin called WP Greetbox. So if you already have a blog, you can just search for that plugin. It's called WP Greetbox, and you you can put whatever message you want to put in it. So you can direct it to whatever capture page or a money page you want to send it to. Okay, so multiple calls to action. So right here again, I've also got another call to action. Right, so I've sort of like made it a little bit separate from the rest of the blog post. So it's like a little ad, if 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 you would like to call it that. So I've got my call to action there, directing people to my Facebook group. And by the way, you might want to join our Facebook group. We do offer lots of value and information that would help you. So um, yeah, so we'll probably put the link in the chat box. So anyway, so that's a call to action there, and then at the very end is my final call to action in this blog post. So where I've got the PS. So another thing that you could do as well, and you know, throughout your blog post, if you might want to also link some relevant words to your capture page or to something, where people can put in their information. So one of your goals when you have your blog or with with your blog is to be able to generate as many leads as possible, to be able to capture, as many people's in, information as possible, because that's how you're going to be able to monetize them. If you're not capturing people's information, then you're not really going to be able to monetize your blog effectively. So hope that's making some sense. Okay. So again, if you have any question, please just put it into the chat box, and we will love to help you answer them at the end of this webinar. Okay, so the other thing that I do as well, and I think Nikki touched on this as well, is doing reviews. So if you've used any particular product within your niche, you can just write a little review about it, and put it on your blog. And I find that when people read your reviews, it's a lot easier for them to to buy something when they've read somebody's review, rather than just trying to sell it to them upfront. So that's something else that I do as well that has been very, very profitable. Then another thing that you can do as well is to have a recommended tools or products page. So whatever it is that your niche is, you might want to consider having a page that where where you just list everything that you use within your business with your affiliate links, you know, attached to it. So for example, on my blog, I've got a page where that I've called the tools that I use. And on this page, I've got almost everything that I use within my business. And I do get people coming to this page just to find out, because when people have been following you, a lot of people want to, you know, once you've been able to build that trust, and people want to be able to use what you're using. They already trust you, and many times, like, I get people asking me, like, oh, I want to buy this. Where can you send me your link? So what I do, I just tell them, go to my blog and just click on my tools I use page, and everything that I use is there. So I would highly recommend that have a page, a similar page to that. It does work, and it's very, very effective. Okay, so another thing that I do as well is on my blog, I've got like a recommended section or like widgets right here. So I hope you can see that. So apart from the tools that I use page, right, I've also put this widget here, and this shows up on every single page. Okay, so this is also really, really useful. So what I did, rather than having flashing banners, and I do have some banners, but I didn't want to have too many banners on my blog. Otherwise, it just becomes so confusing. So even though I do have some banners here, right, I also created this widget and just put in some text, with my recommended tools. So for example, I've got this section here, Ruth recommends, and the different things that I recommend in text. And I've linked that to capture pages or money pages. So I've I've found that very, very useful, and it's something that you might want to also implement on your blog. So if you don't mind me asking, how many people here actually have a blog? If you could raise your hand, please. Actually, I can't. I don't think I can see the hands, but I'm sure Nikki can.
It looks like nobody's got a blog on tonight, but I know they have because I've just asked because there's a couple of people.
hmm
I
Okay.
recognise at least two or three names there that have got a blog, definitely.
Okay.
Not holding their hands up.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are some of my tips that I've been implementing over the last 20 months to get leads and to also monetize my blog as well. So it's definitely doable. It is possible to make money from your blog. Obviously, if you don't have a blog and you're just and you've just or you've just got a brand new blog, it might take a little while for it you know to start building up that momentum. But just keep on blogging, and I normally recommend that at least try if you're if you're new, right, or you have a brand new blog, at least blog 5 times a week, just to keep that momentum going, and you'll definitely and eventually you will get to the stage where you don't even need to blog as much as you used to, and you will still get the leads coming in. Like nowadays, I probably blog about twice a week now, and I still get leads coming in every single day, and also sales too. So blogging is great. It does work, and it's a great strategy for branding yourself, making money, and also generating leads. Okay, so let's see what's on the next page. Okay, so Nikki, did you want to go over this or?
Yes, I can do. Yeah. I was going to just ask if anybody's got any questions now. Then ask questions, type them in the chat box. But obviously, if you don't have a blog, then move on to the next page. Ruth, we might as well just use yours now instead of swapping over
Okay,
again.
cool.
As I said, both Ruth and I set up our own blogs. Now, we've had a couple of people that we're also both members of My Lead System Pro, and within My Lead System Pro, which have touched on, we're not kind of trying to do a sales job on that, but it is a fantastic marketing system, and with inside there, you get all the free giveaways. All the marketing funnel is already done for you. Plus, inside there's 13 videos that take you step by step on how to set up your blog. And when I say 13 videos, they're only like 6 minutes each. It's really not hard to set up a blog. but it's fiddly, when you first do it. But if you do it yourself, then, like Ruth and I now, we're pretty whizzy on our blogs now. We can sort of install things and change things. And both of us would have said, 2 years ago that we're complete technophobes and would not have been able to do it. But despite that, some people, still, even members of my MLSP team have still said, yeah, I know it's there, but I, just don't really want to do it. And so recently, both Ruth and I have got involved with the Empower Network, which gives you a fully optimized blog. And it's just $25 a month. And that's all, everything in. You don't have to pay for the hosting or anything. It's all in, it's fully optimized. And plus, you get the bonus of 100% commissions, which is not to be sniffed at, really, because when I look at anything, I'm always looking at how fast I can get my return on investment. Now, if I've got to buy a product because it's an investment for my business, then fine, I do it. I assess it. Do I need it? Yes, I do. Okay, I'll buy it. But if it's a membership or anything like that, with My Lead System Pro, I wanted to join it because I recognised that people would be able to come in and duplicate what I was doing, and therefore the people that come through that training are worthy of your time rather than needy of your time. I hope that makes sense. When you start to get a big team building, you cannot spend that one-on-one time with people that are actually never going to do it. But you don't know who's never going to do it. So if people are going through a system and you can take them through and say, right, watch this, watch that video, apply that, do that video, just copy what we're doing because it works. Don't reinvent the wheel, just copy what we're doing. And if people don't do it, well, then they're never going to do it anyway. And they're not really worthy of your time to spend on, on the higher education stuff that we've paid thousands of dollars to learn is what we teach, the people that are coming through that sort of training. So, My Lead System Pro was a great place to plug people in, but it's a $50 a month membership. But if you get 3 people in, your own membership is covered. So that was my first goal, and I did that in 5 weeks. Work out how fast you can get your return on investment on anything, and that's now quite a major income stream for me, My Lead System Pro, just from the teams that have come through, and the fact that I think it's a great system. It's a tool to use, in the network marketing industry, just to give you that one step ahead. And the same with Empower Network. If people don't want to do their blogs, well, Ruth and I don't always have the time. We couldn't do 5 blogs each, for example. If everybody here tonight said, yeah, I'd like you to set up my blog, well, we might be able to do 1 or 2, but we're busy. We're building our businesses, and we don't, you're going back to the exchanging time for money, which is like an employee. And I don't really want to get involved in that. I have done it, and I have done it recently for one of my team because he was desperate. He really wanted me to do it for him, so I did. But it's I would rather do a video, do it once, and then be able to show it to hundreds of people. That's time leverage, and that's what the internet has allowed us to do. So we will do a full done for you service, and it's there. If you want a blog like mine or like Ruth, then it's there, and we will do it. But there's 2 other options for you there as well. And I have to say, at the moment, my favorite is the Empower Network, because I've just seen the power of it, having ignored it for the last year, thinking, why do I need a blog? I've already got one. Actually seeing the benefit of having a blog that is already optimized, that actually you can backlink to your own blog if you have another one, or you can just get blogging straight away. And the one key thing that I think that is missing is just some of the basic training at the beginning. So what Ruth and I have done, actually, Ruth, can you just pull up our training site and just show people, um,
Yeah, definitely.
what we're setting up at the moment? Because what we've decided, we've recognised and seen a need for some basic level training, because some people that come in really are new, and we are password protecting this. So this will all change as we're adding all the webinars in here. But this is for our Empower Network team. When she finally gets it on the screen, is it there? I don't know. I can't see it.
I see it.
They're just a bit slow, but we're just building some. The whole point is keeping it simple and just showing you the exact strategies that that we're using that is building our business. So you can see this is what we give to our team. So we've got videos going in there, literally how to get started, how to do your keyword research, how to start blogging, and how to customize it so that your blog looks different to every other Empower blog. Just simple things like that. So if you want to know more about the Empower Network, then as I say, both Ruth and I, if you contact us separately, I've put both our blogs down there. My Facebook is Nikki Price Public. In fact, I'll type that in the chat box. And Ruth, you're just Ruth Alade, aren't you, Ruth?
No, it's actually UK New Look.
I
Quite
can't hear you
simple.
now, Ruth. You've gone really quiet.
Yeah, hello. Can you
That's
can you
it.
hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually UK New Look.
No, that's your. Oh, yeah, Skype. Okay, you're
That's my
talking about Skype.
Skype. Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's put Skype in there. Okay. So you are what? You new look.
UK New Look. Yeah.
Okay, new look. All right. Okay. So that was Ruth, and Nikki is Nikki Vitality. So just contact us if you'd like to know any more about Empower. We're not going to put our links here. This was a value webinar, and we hope you've got some value out of it this evening. But certainly, we can recommend the Empower Network. We're both involved in it, and we're both committed to helping our teams. Well, in fact, we're in the same team, and we both work with a UK millionaire who's actually one of the top achievers in the Empower Network. So we'll get the
Hmm.
bonus, and you will as well. If you join our team, you'll also get the bonus of his training site as well, where he shares all his sort of millionaire tips too. So if you'd like to get
Yeah.
involved with that, then just Skype us or just come and find us on Facebook. I am Nikki Price Public on Facebook, and Ruth is just Ruth Alade on Facebook. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to add as well, Nikki, for those of you who are, looking to really fast track your lead generation, I'm actually having a webinar on, is it on Tuesday? And I'll, can I send the link to you, Nikki, and you can put it into the chat box?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll just Skype it to you, and you can pick it up from there and put it into the chat box. So I'm just going to be showing you like a very quick way to start ramping up the leads. Getting 50 to a 100 leads a day. So if that's the kind of thing that you're looking to do, to start getting, really, really quick results, jump on that webinar, and I'm sure you would really, get some value out of it. Okay. So yeah, well, I guess
So if there's anybody got any questions just before we wrap up for this evening, we've tried to keep it for an hour. It wasn't too bad actually. We didn't overrun too much considering there was quite a lot to.
no.
I hope you've got some value out of it. If you'd like to just hold your hand up if you found that useful, that would be nice. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. No, thank you. Okay. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I think people have got value from that. That's great. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, then I think we'll wrap it up for this evening and say thank you very much. We will be doing a lot more of these trainings. We'll be posting the links out into the marketing group. So if you're not in our marketing group already, I've put the links in the chat box there. So feel free to just come and join in. That's an open group. But as I say, if you want to be part of our Empower training team, then come and join our team. We're working together on that. So yeah, great. So if you've got any questions, you can come by our Facebook or Skype us, and we'll be in touch soon. Have a great evening.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.